Hello and welcome to the Crochet Business School podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Thomas, and I'm going to help you to make your crochet dreams a reality stitch by stitch and show you how you can create a successful and profitable business using your crochet, keeping a flexible lifestyle so you don't have to sacrifice too much time with your family. Is your New Year's resolution to finally get started selling your crochet or making a bit of money from your crochet? Is that what you finally want to get doing? Maybe people have been trying to persuade you to do it for years. Maybe you've been thinking it'll be great to have a change of direction when it comes to your career. Maybe it's just something you've always wondered if you can actually do it. Well, why not make that your goal for 2026? Because there is absolutely no reason why you cannot get started from making money from your crochet right now. Because you have everything you need. You actually do, because you've got yarn, you've got hooks. If you're listening to this, you've got internet. If you've got a smartphone that can take pictures, you've got it all, because those are just the basics that you need. Yes, there are other things that you could do with doing, but none of it costs very much. So if you're worried about the cost of actually selling your crochet, you don't have to pay a thing up front. If you've got your yarn, if you've got hooks, then you can start your business with what you have right now. You need the internet. You need to be able to take pictures. That's it. It is really, really easy to start. Now, depending on where you are in the world, you may have local licenses that you need. Here in the UK, you don't need one, but I believe in some parts of the US you do. You are going to have to check out your local business centre to find that out. But otherwise, you're good to go. In terms of materials, you've got everything you need. So, surely it's not that easy, right? Well, it can be. It absolutely can be. The hardest part of selling your crochet is, one, discovering your niche, because we kind of just want to crochet whatever we want and sell that. If you're just looking to make a bit of extra cash to fund your yarn or just have a little bit of fun money, then you absolutely can do that. But if you want to make your crochet business something that you can live off, that pays all your bills and gives you the money to live, then you're going to get more strategic. You need a niche, because think of where you find lots of different random items. And it's going to be things like discount stores, bargain stores, jumbo sales, places where you don't expect to pay very much. Think about when you go down the high street. Think about the stores that they have. And they tend to specialise in certain items. So there'll be clothing stores that specialise in kids, babies, teens clothing, women's clothing, men's clothing. And if they have all of that in one store, they tend to be the big department stores, but they have them separated into their own individual departments. It's not all mixed up together, higgledy-piggledy. It's all arranged nicely so that you can go to each department that you need to. But most stores on the high street, in your shopping centre, they tend to specialise in certain things. So here in the UK, if I go down the high street, if I want electronics, I can go to Curry's. If I want shoes, I can go to Shoe Zone. You can tell how long it's been since I went down the high street with what I'm saying here. But I do all my shopping on the internet. I don't like in-person shopping. But you'll get the jewellery shop. You'll get the shoe shops. You'll get the shops with just baby stuff. You get the mobile phone shops. They have their own specialty. And your crochet is the same. It needs a specialty. If someone is going shopping What are they shopping for you for? Because your niche can't be crochet. Your customers, they don't care that it's crochet. And I think this shocks a lot of people, but no one cares that you crochet. No one cares how it's made. They care what it looks like. They care that it's quality. They care that it's exclusive. And that's what you got to tap into. And that's why you need a niche. They need to know what to remember you for. Are you making bags? Are you selling things that you need for a wedding? Are you selling things for baby's nursery? It's these kind of niches that you need. And the more you niche, the more it helps your prices. Because if you have a niche, you can charge more. The more specialized the niche, the more you can charge. And it's that price point that you're looking for in order to make a living from your crochet. Because what you always need to remember is that your crochet is a luxury. It is not an everyday good. It is not an essential. Nothing about crochet is essential. Because you can never outprice someone who sells a hat that is made through machine knitting. You can't do it. Machines will always be faster. They can be mass produced. Crochet cannot be made by a machine, which means it always needs to be handmade, which means it's slower to make, which means you just cannot compete with that price point. Don't bother. Crochet is a luxury. Price it like a luxury. It can be difficult to do because all the mind monkeys get in your head saying, you can't charge that. No one's going to buy it at that price. They will. Because you are going to tell them that it's a luxury. You're going to tell them how well it's crafted. You are going to tell them how exclusive it is. That all becomes part of how you sell your crochet. I might be jumping too far ahead for you here, but if you are determined to make a living from your crochet, these are things you have to think about. They are fundamentals. The way we price is directly related to how much money we bring in. Because just because you make a sale doesn't mean that that entire price is your profit. Because you've got to cover the cost of your yarn. You've got to cover the cost of your time, or how do you pay yourself. You've got to cover the cost of the fees. Because no matter how you sell, there are fees involved. If you set up a social media page and you only sell on Facebook, for example, you've still got to take payment. Most people take it through either PayPal or Stripe. They charge their fees, so you still got to pay a fee. If you sell through Etsy or Shopify, you've got to pay their fees. Most of the ways that we sell a crochet, the fees only get paid once we sell. So you don't necessarily have to pay anything up front. So getting started selling your crochet is free, but there are fees that come later. And you've got to build that into your prices. If you are going to make money from your crochet, you've got to start thinking about the finances and how you charge and how you pay for everything straight from the go. Just because you have yarn in your stash that you're going to use to get started, it doesn't mean that that yarn doesn't have to be paid for, because you did pay for it at some point. You got to start thinking like a business. Just because you know how to crochet, it doesn't mean you know about how to make your business work. It's a completely different skill, and you've got to learn these things along the way. That's why I'm here, to help you to make your crochet business a success, so that you do get paid what you're worth, so that you do sell your crochet and, have happy customers, sales are coming in, but you also get paid what you and your crochet are worth. And it's a journey. It's a lot to take in, because you got to be the product making line, you've got to be the secretary, you've got to be the finance officer, the accounting person, you've got to be the marketing person. You've got to do it all by yourself, and it's a lot to learn. It's a very steep learning curve if you want to do it properly. Most crochet businesses don't fail because they can't crochet. They fail because they can't make it pay. And not being able to make it pay is as much of a problem with all the voices in your head that are being really negative as it is about putting the right price tag. You can be your own worst enemy in this. Or you can say, yes, it can be done. and I'm going to learn how. Crocheters are notorious for undercharging. We are notorious for underestimating our abilities. We're notorious for underselling ourselves. We kind of like to be a bit too modest. Instead of shouting about how fantastic we are, we tend to cower down and go, yeah, it's just a bit of something I made. Yeah, sorry about the price. It's a bit expensive, but I've got to pay for the yarn. And it's all this. And that's got to go. Don't do that. You don't have to explain your prices. You don't have to apologize for them. And it's not just crochet, it's a skill. It's a handcrafted skill, and what you make is very exclusive because there's only so much crochet you can do in the time you have in the day, which makes everything you do exclusive, which makes it luxurious. And why shouldn't you charge for that? Your time is worth it. And that's what you have to remember from the get-go. If you're crochet going to pay your bills, you have to do this. You have to get used to thinking that way, and you have to get used to talking that way. You have to be confident and show the quality, show the exclusiveness, and that's what means that you can price that you need. Nothing to do with anybody else, because there will always be people who will sell for lower. We are not doing a race to the bottom. We are not in the bargain basement. We are handcrafted, exclusive, artisans, skilled. The price is high. It's got to be. And that takes a lot of getting used to. I know it does. I've been there, done that. It's really hard. And actually, my biggest enemy was myself. I did not charge enough when I first started, purely because of the negative voices in my own head. And that was no one else, that was me. We can sabotage ourselves spectacularly. And so you've got to get over this very quickly. So, if you're ready to make your crochet business a success, get started and make sure everything's in place, that you are charging what you need, that you have all the foundations in place for a successful year of selling your crochet. I've got a quick start guide that'll walk you through the 5 things you need in your crochet business to make it a success. So right from the get-go, if you go to crochetbusinessschool.com/quick start, it's a $7 ebook, and it's got all the 5 steps in, details on how you do it, and what you do and do not need. It's the 5 foundations. So at crochetbusinessschool.com/quick start, and you can download that ebook right now and get started. Because a crochet business doesn't have to be complicated. You can set it up very simply. You can get started with what you have right now. But there are 5 things that every crochet business needs to be set for the long run. Mindset is a whole other thing, and it's something you'll probably battle with the whole way through your business. I do all the time. We can be our own worst enemies. But knowing that right from the get-go is going to get you prepared so that you can sell your crochet and bring in the money that you need it to. No one else has the right to decide what you charge for your crochet except for you. And getting the pricing right is absolutely fundamental. Because if you don't make the money that you need from every sale, then you may as well be giving your crochet away. And we definitely don't want to do that. So welcome to Crochet Business School. Welcome to the world of crochet sales. And here's wishing you a very successful 2026 with your crochet. So let's make that happen, and let's make your crochet give you the lifestyle that you've been craving for so long.